Hi guys, it's time for another video. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy at home. But I also hope that you're using this time to get a lot of work done and you're being productive. Unfortunately, we can't be together during these times, but our school, our Manhal, has created a platform for us to be able to keep giving you quality education, and that's why we are here today. Um, Today's video is going to be about vocabulary, specifically five new words. The vocabulary is going to be found on page 445 of your books. And those words are voluntary, elucidate, expedite, subsequent, and procedures. So let's get right to it and let's look at the first one. The first word, voluntary, um, is taken from the noun volunteer, which means to do or to give something out of your own free will, not expecting anything in return, right? So you do something from the goodness of your heart. The synonyms to that are optional, right? That means you choose, it is your choice, your option. And discretionary, that means you use your own thinking and your own feelings to do what it is that you want to do, or to help someone, or to give someone, if you're feeling generous, to give them something, right? Let's look at some example sentences. Our organization is funded by voluntary contributions. In other words, the organization is funded by people's generosity and by people's contributions, right, from their own heart. So people decide how much they're going to give, whether it's 1 real, 10 real, 100 real, it's up to you. Sentence B, Khalil is one of our best voluntary helpers. So Khalil is one of the best volunteers, in other words, right? A simple way to say voluntary helper is to say volunteer. And if you usually a lot of volunteers, if they're helping at a school or helping at somewhere where there's unfortunate people, they'll have a t-shirt and the t-shirt will say volunteer on it, which means I'm here to help. The second word, elucidate, means to make something that is complicated, and you take something that is complicated and you make it clearer, right? You make it simpler. In other words, you explain or you clarify something. So if I say, can you elucidate that point? It means, can you explain that point, or can you make it simpler? Example sentences to this. The first sentence is, work that scientists are doing will help to elucidate the problem. So the work that the scientists are doing will help to explain what the problem is. Tourism companies, is the second sentence, have done a lot to elucidate the main features of the country. This means that tourist companies have done a lot to explain, the features and the cultures and the interesting parts of any country. And in fact, when you do travel, one of the things I suggest you do is to take a tour, because the tour guides will take you everywhere that's interesting, and they will elucidate or explain why something is important or why something is a tourist feature. And here the picture says it clearly. Wait, let me explain. The third word is expedite, which means to make something happen sooner, or to accomplish something faster or quicker, right? In other words, to accelerate or to hasten something, right? In other words, to make something happen faster, faster, faster. I want you to think of when you order a package online and they're bringing the package to your house, and delivery usually takes about 2 weeks, right? 2 to 3 weeks, but you pay for express and faster delivery so that your package can arrive in about 3 days. That means they expedited the process and made the process go faster for you. Usually you have to pay a little bit more to receive that. Example sentences: the government promised to expedite economic reforms. In other words, the government promised to make economic reforms happen much faster. B, to expedite the approval process, you can apply online. In other words, if you want a faster approval process, the best thing for you to do is to apply on the internet. Number 4, the word is subsequent, which means to come after something or to follow or to be the next person, right? Best example of this is to have people standing in line. This gentleman, this lady will follow this gentleman. This lady will be the third in line, and the next one will be this gentleman here, and the last one will be the gentleman with the copious amount of toilet paper, right? So those people will follow each other, and the one person will be subsequent to the next person, and so on. Let's look at some sentences. The change was developed subsequent to the earthquake, right? So usually government changes to certain policy will happen after natural disaster. So changes were made subsequent to the earthquake of 1996. So after the earthquake, changes were made. The rate of subsequent failures is high. This means the rate of failures that followed was high, or it increased, right? And the last word is the word procedure. Procedure means to establish, to establish an official way of doing something, right? To have a protocol or a policy. So, for example, our school will have a policy of no fighting, right? So nowhere in the school is there fighting allowed. So this is the policy, this is the protocol, and this is the procedure that we all follow, right? Look at some example sentences. The police are now reviewing all legal procedures. In other words, the police are now rethinking their legal processes and their legal protocols. The second sentence, the school has a procedure of informing parents of changes. So if there are some changes in school policy, the school will have a very specific way. Either they will send an email, or they'll send a letter, or they will put it in the students' diaries to inform the parents of any changes that are happening. And procedure is the last word for the day. I hope that this video has been helpful, and I hope that you are all still staying safe. We will be loading more videos very soon. Thank you for paying attention, and have a great day. Goodbye.